about it.
Fire spray!
Old Uncle Donkey.
Geek Donkey. You using?
One sec. Hey everybody, welcome back. YouTube.com/Geekaloud. It's Friday morning, it's 10 a.m-ish, so we're live Let's Playing today. Destiny 2, The Witch Queen, and Aaron. Mate, you've joined me via Discord and you're in the game. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, you?
I'm very well, thank you. Looking mighty dashing there. Now, you were saying before on air, mate, but what's your history with this add-on? Have you seen it, or is this your first look at it?
With this add-on, I mean, I've been playing Destiny since launch of Destiny 1 and now Destiny 2. I've been playing like non-stop. Not like non-stop, but like I've got all the new gear and all that stuff.
Yeah, nice. I bet you've played through the new Witch whatever campaign.
Oh yeah, I finished it. Yeah, it was pretty good. I finished it on Legendary. It was quite a challenging experience.
Oh, is that where you started? Did you start on Legendary, or did you play it through on normal and then go back and finish it on Legendary?
Yeah. So with this new expansion, they introduced Legendary and they allowed you to play from the start. It's a lot more challenging, but you get like you get gear that's ready for the raid, which is pretty interesting.
Sorry, mate. I just lost comms there for a second, so we could just back up like 5 seconds. I just missed whatever you said the last 5 seconds. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so with Legendary, you get if you finish it, you get gear up. I think it's 15-20, which is like ready for the raid and like higher end activity. So you can kind of skip the whole, laborious like grind to get to that like certain power level.
Yeah, nice. And so you just played it through on the hardest difficulty?
Yeah, it would have been launch, which would have been 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah, and so how many hours would you say was the new campaign from start to finish, hours-wise?
So it's about eight missions. They're about, I would say, maybe to an hour each. So it is physically possible to do it in like 3 streams or something if you want and finish it. That's up to you.
I would very much love to see this. Oh, no, I'm throwing bubbles down because I've been playing my other class. I'm only 2 missions in. Yes, perfect, because it's been ever since I played. I need like a dummy's guide to getting back into Destiny 2. What are the 3 coloured things on the bottom left, and how do I activate them?
Right, if we come away from the enemies would be helpful. I mean, but yeah, so you use... It'd be L1 to throw your grenade.
L1 helps if I hit the right shot. Yes, L1 for the grenade, check.
Yeah. It'd be R1 for either a melee or, in my opinion, it's a projectile, like throw a melee, but yeah, it's a melee.
Check,
and then,
melee, L1.
And then you press both back buttons, both of the buttons, so you'd use grenade and L1 and R1 to fire your super.
Yep, perfect. And that's all of it? There's no other special controllers in this game, are there?
You can slide if you... I mean, it's generally the same as like Call of Duty. You can slide if you press the circle button while running.
Yeah, nice.
You can mantle. I mean,
and what's the
shooting
deal?
is basically...
Sorry, mate, go. Oh, I'm down.
The shooting is basically the same as like most gun games. It's really smooth in Destiny, to be fair. It's one of the smoothest gun games I've played.
Yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal, man. And I don't know if you've been watching the shows lately, but I'm having to keep turning down the DualSense 5. It's Destiny 2 is amazing in the DualSense 5, but I can't game on it for very long without breaking my fingers entirely.
The only issue is I wish it had adaptive triggers. I kind of don't know why Bungie didn't implement them.
Does it not have adaptive triggers? I've got it turned down to weak, so I'm not sure. I'm not.
No. So it doesn't have a thing where it's like intensity on the triggers, like games. If you've been playing I don't know, other games, like if you've ever like
Returnal with the 10% trigger or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't have like a trigger like sensitivity. Like you can't hold the trigger halfway and it feels tension. It's like one of the only games that actually like PS5 that doesn't use that.
That's pretty interesting. I hadn't even considered that, man. It would be interesting to see a list of the... Because what are there on the DualSense? Are there 5 separate features they've got that any game could use if it wanted to? I'd love to see like
I don't remember the list.
I'd love to see like a matrix of, you know, these are all the available features in the DualSense, and these are the PS5 games that have used which ones. You know, that could be really cool. I might see if somebody's done that already.
I know the big issue when the consoles came out, people weren't like seeing if developers were going to use the features. Well, that's completely like is out the window now. The developers are taking advantage of the PS5.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's been a while since Microsoft have talked about it, but Microsoft have, you know, put out their survey. They're thinking of implementing something similar, so that's crazy as well. Like, you're right, developers across the board, I think, want to play with it. It's great, and that they're using it on the PSVR 2, Aaron. That'll be cool as well. You know, in their little hand controllers.
PSVR 2, which I mean, there is no release date, but because they're marketing it like heavily, I reckon it's coming out like this year.
I think that if they wanted to, they probably could, and they're just trying to work out whether it's worth the effort.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But yeah, mate, I agree with you, and it would be amazing to get it. Have you? Did you own the PSVR 1?
So no, I didn't, and I was going to buy one, but then I realized then the PSVR 2 was kind of like
coming out. Yeah, yeah.
It talks about it, and I was like, there's no point now, is there?
Yeah, totally, mate. What about on PC? Have you played any of, you know, the Oculus Quest or any of these?
No, I've never had a VR experience, so it should be very interesting.
Oh my goodness, sir, you are in for a treat. If I may recommend, given the option, start with Beat Saber, mate. It's the cream of the crop.
Yeah, Beat Saber's cool, but the only thing I didn't like about the, like, from what I've heard of the PS4 version, is you can't implement your own songs, which kind of kills it for me.
Very true, you can't. It would be amazing if you could, though. I'd definitely love that feature.
Yeah, definitely, like the themes from like No Way Home or any of the movies that came out recently or something.
Yeah, well, man, they should really tie in with Sony Pictures, hey, and get some, you know, like all the like Uncharted movie and stuff, like the score and that in there. That could be really cool.
I still haven't seen Uncharted, actually.
Oh, definitely worth a look, mate. Definitely worth a look if you get a chance.
Oh yeah, no, I was always excited for it, even if the reviews are a bit sketchy, but like they always are with PlayStation like franchise for some reason.
Yeah, well, it's the old critics versus consumers. They can vary wildly, and I think it's just another instance of that. The equivalent of the Nintendo bump in video games.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sure I'm not playing the shield guys correct. What method or technique should I be employing with the dudes with the big red shields?
So you shoot them in the like glowing thing in the middle, and it'll stop the shield, and then you can kill them.
Oh, I always thought I had to shoot around the shield. I didn't know I could shoot the red thing in the middle. Man, do I feel silly.
There are actually, like, I don't know if you've seen like the artifact in your menu. There is like mods that you can get, and they allow you to stop the shield, but you don't need to worry about that at your point.
No, I do not. And what else can I ask about Destiny 2? Have you played much of the PvP stuff? How's like the Crucible and Gambit and all those going?
Yes, I have actually. I played a bunch of the Trials of Osiris, a bunch of the Iron Banner, which are like the two events that came last week and this week, and I've got some of the new loot. I'm not very good at it, but Bungie implemented a thing, I think it was 2 seasons ago, that allowed you to, even if you lose, you build up a reputation bar, and it allows you to still get the loot, which as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, no, I think I'll actually try and play that now. Yeah,
well, I was always a big fan of the PvP in Destiny. It's just been a long time since I've checked it out, and I've got no idea what changes it made. Like, it's honestly probably been 2017 since I last... Like, this came out in 2017, yeah? This is when it launched?
You should definitely... 2017, yes. It's been a long time now.
Yeah, I probably only played the multiplayer of this for the first, 6 months, maybe, and that's the last time I've looked at it, so I haven't checked out any of the new modes. I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, well, if you want to do a stream for it at some point, we'll check it out. I don't mind. That'd be fun.
Yeah, man, that's good. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
I'm guessing you want to check out most of the stuff that's new in this game, not just this expansion, because you haven't played it in a while.
Correct. So. That's right, man. Yeah, like, I haven't done any of the... Was it Forsaken, the first DLC, and then something else like
you didn't
this.
do Forsaken?
No, there's so much content I have not touched in this game. I've purchased it all. It's available to me. I just haven't worked my way through it.
You can't play Forsaken now because they've. I don't know if you've heard about all the vaulting and like removing.
Yeah,
storage.
I'm not across exactly what isn't in the vault, but yes, I am aware of the system trying to keep the install size down by not having all the content available always.
And obviously, there's a lot of controversy with that, but I kind of understand where they're coming from. Because would you want 250 gig of storage on your console? I don't think you would.
No, I really don't. I think it's a great move, man. I'm in full support of it. I like it as a weapon.
I can see why people don't like it because of obviously they paid for it. But it's not like they're completely like it will come back. Like they're just removing stuff that's less popular. Like if you don't play like the original story. Like not everyone's playing the original story on a day-to-day basis. So
yeah, totally. And who knows what else? You know, what other features of the like base core gameplay aren't required anymore. Like, I wonder how much of the stuff they can just totally eliminate and not even need to worry about the overhead of it. Like, I think it just gives the developers more flexibility. So I think they're going to give us a better game as a result, you know?
It is, because Bungie have now obviously been bought by PlayStation, which is obviously very recent-ish. So I'm excited to see where, because this game is their main game that's probably going to get a lot of support for that.
Yes,
the money's gonna
absolutely.
Be like, I reckon the DLC is going to be better and stuff like that. They're not bad, but they're like, imagine if we could get them a lot better.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Plus, the main move was so Destiny could go multimedia, I think that's how you say it, which is like, they're planning to make movies.
Oh, yeah.
Which I love this game. I mean, I've always loved this game, so I would love to be able to go to the cinema and see a Destiny movie.
Yeah, who would you want in it casting-wise? Who do you think would be a good choice?
Well, actors. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know a lot of actors, you see, so I don't know.
That's cool, man.
It's a bit awkward to like say who I want.
Well,
wouldn't want. That's
let me flip the question then. It'd be a Sony picture, so it's going to be Tom Holland. Who should Tom Holland play in the Destiny 2 universe? How about that?
I mean, I think he could probably play Cade 6 quite fun. Like, he's got a bit of a. I don't know if you know who Cade 6 is.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he could play a funny version of him.
Yeah, that could be cool. Although, I just think they'd have to put. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but he is a robot, is he not? Like, he'd have full prosthetics on his face. He wouldn't look like Tom Holland.
Yeah, they would have to make Tom Holland like look different. I think the voice and the way he nailed the character would be right. But I don't know.
Sure, but what I'm trying to say is I think the reason they love Tom Holland is for Tom Holland. I don't think they'd incorporate him and then not show him off, you know, so to speak.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Get me to that console.
He's a money maker.
Yeah, exactly.
His face.
Yes, his face has got to be out to get the money. Although they did, what's his name? Deadpool? Ryan Reynolds? Doesn't have any of Ryan Reynolds' real face in it, and that film does just fine. Oh, I'm so almost dead under here.
It is a good movie.
Deadpool?
I
love the Deadpool films. The number 2 was better, which I was very surprised by.
Oh yeah, number 2. The way they start, like, I don't know, it doesn't matter if I spoil because I think everyone in the Discord have seen the movie now. The beginning was a bit weird, killing off like his wife, and then obviously the end kind of like did like a 360 turn. That was a bit weird.
I really liked it. I thought it was good. Like, just to give the character some difference in the way he was in, you know, film 1 versus film 2.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, film 1 was like, you know, like a bit of a, you know, they didn't want to go too far with any plots or anything. And then number 2 took it even further and thought, we've got the audience, now we're going to try something different.
Yes.
Which is always what sequels should do.
Yeah, definitely, man. And sorry, with the quests, with these chests now, I mean, the chests, do we actually have to fly over to them? They kind of erupt now and stuff shoots out the top, but do you need to walk over it to clean it up, or is it all just animation you don't need to interact with?
I obviously can't see it because I've already completed it, so...
Of course. Well, it's a new animation as far as I can tell. Where is the objective? I've lost it.
The objective.
Oh, we're going up the
not
lift.
Down here, up here,
Up
here.
the
Yes, here we
lift.
go.
Hitting the.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, mate. Go.
Sorry, I'll answer your question. Yeah, the chest will, yes, I'm guessing shoot up items. You'll collect them, and the gear that you, the stuff you get, obviously, you put on whatever's stronger. It doesn't really matter for the campaign, not at least not the normal campaign.
The Cabal
Yes.
prepared for war.
You put on what you like and the way it feels, but obviously, mainly what's powerful is probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, just run it by the numbers. Yeah.
Good old gear games.
Now, I wanted to melee through that. Yeah.
You could shoot melee, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, now I'm trying to get some reference material together. I want to make a little animation for GEA. My question to you, Aaron, is: can you think of any video games that have a good door kicking in sequence? It can be
door kicking in
it can be a part of a cutscene. It can be part of the real game. Anywhere in a video game where a humanoid character is kicking in a door. That's what I'm looking for.
Stand by to revive, just in case.
No, I honestly can't think of any off by heart. I apologise.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's a real weird question. I just
yeah, it's a very weird question. But I forgot. Like, obviously, I love Game of Fourth and Agency. It's amazing. I love it. It's fun. It's pretty good.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Just talking about some stuff, having laughs. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it fun. That's the whole objective.
I'm hoping for
But yeah, so for kicking in the doors in that, mate, I want to do some animations, some stings for into GEA to play into the theme. But the only ones I can think of, did you play Sifu at all? That recent one that came out?
I haven't played Sifu because I don't really want to buy it, and the issue is I can't finish it, which I hate with games.
Yeah.
It's too hard for some. I think it'd be too hard for me personally.
How did you go? Did you play Returnal at all?
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't.
So I would say they're not the same gameplay, but they're the same level of difficulty. So absolutely, if you bounced off Returnal, I suspect you would also bounce off Sifu, mate. So fair enough. Don't part with the money.
I love everything about Returnal. I just think it can be a little bit too difficult, at least with my skill. It takes skill.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
To wait for a moment when her
And that's weird because I played the Souls games and I'm pretty good at them. It's very strange the difficulties in different games.
That's very odd, man. I would have thought if you were good at Souls-born games, you would have been good at Returnal as well. That's interesting. Is it the RNG mechanics that throw you, do you think?
I think it's a bit too fast-paced for me. The way it's like, I think you call it bullet hell, where it's tons of stuff going on the screen.
Yes.
That's the stuff that gets me.
Did you, were you much of an arcade gamer at any point in your life? Did you get into the old arcade shooter type games? You know, like
probably
your
not, because
Rezo guns.
I'm a newer generation, so there's less of that these days.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that my affinity for it comes from those times, but I can totally appreciate if you never got into those games that the appeal wouldn't be there, because it's very much a nostalgia play.
I get that first time, so I would probably because I'm playing a lot of the old, not a lot of old, but I mean, I would definitely go back and play a lot of the old arcade games and stuff, just out of curiosity, old Ninja Turtle games, all that kind of stuff. A bunch of beat 'em ups I played in the past and stuff. I've gone back and played the stuff that came out. Obviously, my generation goes the other way around.
Yeah.
Back to the old stuff, which is what's great about the Xbox. It's kind of it's great for that.
Yeah, it'll be cool if they ever get Game Pass onto the Switch, whether that means that the Switch online library then comes to Xbox. That would be amazing if we got those older games straight onto the Series X, that'd be real cool.
I mean, the only thing with that is Nintendo might have to improve the online service. I don't want to sit here and speak slander about Nintendo, but their online service it's not great.
It's true, mate, they would. But Microsoft could help on that front.
Yes, they could. But Nintendo are very independent, so I do not think it's going to happen.
That's true as well, mate. That's a great point you raised.
It is very sad, but because I think Nintendo do need to stop being independent and kind of get some help.
Yeah, although sales figures would say maybe they're doing just fine on their own. Oh, I grenaded myself.
Party games, but if they want to get into a thing mainly Microsoft, where they have a bunch of other they license they're just if they don't want to just stay first party, it would probably help. But it's up to Nintendo, obviously.
That's a great call, man, and there's nothing in their business practice that suggests they're looking to change at all. So I'm sure you're right on that front. They probably wouldn't take the help even if it's offered, unfortunately.
It doesn't take my excitement away from Breath of the Wild 2 and the next Mario game and the next,
Oh, yeah. Give them all to me. I love the Mario games. I do love the Mario games, but all the Nintendo games, they've got that classic Nintendo
Most of the
feel.
Nintendo games they're just like nothing else, and that's what's great about them. They're very kid-friendly, but I mean, that doesn't really matter because I play all types of games.
Well, that's actually a benefit for me. Like, we're using the Switch so much in the house, me and the boys, as a pastime for us to connect on. So it's been great for that.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this flashing thing?
Oh,
Tribute.
Trigger it, and then you got to put it. Yeah, you got to put it in here.
I'm with it now. Sorry. Just drop it off or press and hold square at some point. Oh, there we go.
No, yeah, I think it just drops when you go on the plate. Yeah. Yeah,
perfect. Here we go.
But yeah, I own all 3 consoles, and I don't regret playing my Switch. I've got there's barely any games to play on it, which is kind of the issue.
Yeah. Yep. Totally. And are you keen for the DLC of what's it called? Mario Kart 8. I'm looking for.
Oh yes, I think that would be cool to see some of the old tracks come back in the modern art styles. And that does really interest me. It just means what people feared, that Mario Kart 9 wouldn't be anywhere soon.
Well, I think that was a plan that changed with COVID. I sincerely doubt this was the original plan for it. I think it's just easier to do, QA testing in COVID times on DLC as opposed to a whole new game,
Yeah, definitely. As Mario Kart is, I think, Nintendo's best-selling game right now, which is crazy. You'd think Mario Kart, you think a game from ages ago wouldn't still be the bestseller, but yeah, that's why they're probably doing the DLC.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't even looked, man. What sort of numbers has it cracked? Do you know if it's past any massive sales milestones?
Would never grant them that power.
No, I don't know off by heart. No.
Fair enough, Ed.
This just isn't adding up. We need to find Sabathine.
Oh,
did you hear that Elden Ring passed over 12 million sales?
I didn't. That's amazing. Is that a worldwide number, or is that just Europe or just US?
I think it's the best-selling Souls game, which is still pretty good, because those games always sell the best.
No, the previous best was Dark Souls 3, I believe, and I'm not sure what its numbers were, but it wasn't bad. Certainly didn't pass 10 mil. I'm thinking maybe 3 mil, but I'm honestly guessing at that point.
But there's a lot of people who haven't ever played Souls games that are getting into this, because apparently it's easier to get into than most Souls games, from what I've heard.
Yes, I would agree with that completely. It's still got the painful bits, but they're far less painful this time.
It's up here, yeah.
Yeah, just excuse my terrible platforming.
Oh, no, I'm terrible at platforming as well. Shoot this.
And have you been playing Elden Ring yourself, Aaron?
No, see, I haven't picked that up. I mean, it's been a busy month, hasn't it, with games? It's
been a massive month. What have you been spending your time with? Destiny 2, by the sound of it.
I mean, yeah, obviously, I picked that up. It's kind of one of those games that when you start playing like an online game, it's kind of been my main. I like to have one or online game. Obviously, I have Halo Infinite as well, because I play that. Not a lot, but now and again.
Yeah, it's.
I'm a big Halo fan, so.
Are you doing? Oh, is that where we're meant to be going? Up. I see. I was so stuck. I'm glad you're here.
I was stuck when I first played this, because I didn't expect they were taking us up on the chandeliers and stuff. But I guess
And so I guess that's what the hovering grenades are there for, to draw our attention.
I've been playing, a lot of Destiny 2, but then also I bought Horizon Forbidden West, because I actually only finished Horizon Zero Dawn about 3 months ago, so it's still fresh in my mind. And I thought,
Yeah, absolutely. And how are you finding it?
I enjoy it. Yeah, I think it's really good. I think it's definitely an upgrade on the original. The only issue is
Looks like
like the 60 FPS mode just doesn't have like a good anti-aliasing. I think it's called anti-aliasing. It's really blurry, and I don't enjoy. That is the only reason I'm not playing in that mode. If it was fixed, then great. But I can't stand the blurriness around it, even with the 60 FPS.
How bizarre. And sorry, this not to ask a foolish question, but it's not like the monitor itself giving you some intelligent frame creation, or it's not in some, smooth movement mode where it's inventing new frames.
Nope, it's a big thing that most like reviewers and stuff commented on.
Yeah, right.
It's a big issue.
Whoa.
Did you never notice it, or?
No, I didn't. But was it? Did you say it was the 4K ray tracing mode? Is that the one you said?
No. So on Forbidden West has two modes. It has the performance and obviously the resolution mode, or whatever it's called. One's obviously 30 and 4K, and one's 60 and. I think it's like checkerboard 4K, but that's an issue because the console shouldn't be doing checkerboard 4K, and like, or if they have, like, whatever they've done, they haven't done enough to make it worth it. Like 60 FPS is nice and all, but if the game doesn't look good, like,
yeah.
If you stand there and you look at something, it's fine. But as soon as you move, you see like it's pixel, like each, like you'll have to check it at some point yourself and let me know in the Discord or something.
Yeah, I will.
I definitely noticed it, and IGN noticed it, and a bunch of other reviewers.
And so
it's not just me.
Wait, is this something that will be impacted? I always turn like camera shake, motion blur. I always turn all those things off. Would that have affected it?
No, I think it's just like inbuilt that mode hasn't been optimized very well.
Yeah, cool. I just didn't know if it was that mode with motion blurring on hadn't been optimizing, but with motion blurring off, maybe it was avoiding it.
I don't like motion blur.
Yeah. I always try to turn it off. I like to have a look. I like to think one day I'll see a motion blur that justifies its existence. But I've yet to come across it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just that's the only issue. But I'm not too bothered about like the whole 30 frames thing anyway. Like it depends how stable that 30 frames is, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I can't.
I know you and Steve, yeah, you have to do 60, but that's just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too bothered.
I just once you've done it for sort of that first 3 months, I reckon after you've had the PS5 or the Xbox Series X for 3 months, I think that's when way overshot that platform. Turn back, I can't.
You got killed.
Well, I didn't get killed so much as
I just fell off.
It's all right. I came back. Where are you? Oh, I should be able to hear you. Here we go. I'll get you.
Tried to revive you.
I got you.
I know. I revived myself.
Nice work.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. Like, I will definitely prefer 60, but what I like it, right? I would like them to do 60 and the 4K. Like, why does 60 and like I don't know, 1080p to me just doesn't look that great anymore.
Yes, I hear what you're saying. The consoles simply aren't strong enough to do native 4K 60 frames a second. The graphics cards just can't put it out.
Well, they're not, even though that's what they marketed when they released. That's my issue there.
Oh, but I don't think anyone's ever said 4K 60 frames a second. I think they've always said you can have 4K.
This is related.
You can have 60 frames a second, but I don't think they've ever promised both of them together, if that makes sense.
Plus, when they promote ray tracing, they do 30 FPS ray tracing. It's kind of like, what's the point there?
Yes, yeah, exactly. Well, I think that's for photo mode, but I hate photo mode, so there's zero benefit to my playstyle with it. What about yourself? Do you use photo mode much ever?
No, I appreciate it, like the existence of it. I just don't use it.
Yeah, I'm forever fat finger faulting, like just getting tense and pushing in L3 and R3, like squeezing the controller together. And so if photo mode is on by those motions, I'm just in any tense moment of gameplay. There's every chance I'm going to trigger photo mode, which I think the biggest offender was Guardians of the Galaxy last year. I kept pulling it up.
Oh, I actually only just started playing that because obviously it's on Game Pass now, which is perfect for me because I
Yes.
actually wanted the game but didn't want to buy it. Yeah.
The game is
That
so
was the
good.
only issue.
I'm glad you're getting a chance to experience it. How are you finding it?
I enjoy it. I can kind of see. I don't like. I'll be honest. My obviously criticism originally was that you can't play as the other Guardians, and I'm completely on with you. I just don't think it matters.
Yeah, perfect.
What has she done to you?
Does the 80s bedroom scene at the start resonate with you? Obviously, you're the generation under me, so like it really stuck for Steve and I, that opener. But does it resonate with you at all, or not so much?
The opener? You mean where like you're in the bedroom? Like,
Yeah, just exploring that bedroom as a kid.
I mean, I like Tron, which is one of them. Like, a very old movie. I love that movie and Tron Legacy. I'm really into that stuff, so that kind of resonated with me.
But there's no sort of what do you call it? Nostalgia for you.
I mean, it can't be because half of that stuff, like a lot of it, I don't know what a lot of that is because I'm not grown up with that, which is kind of the only issue.
Yeah.
I still appreciate the music, the songs. I know what the songs are. A lot of the songs.
Yeah, no,
not like and stuff like that. But
why is supposed to be kicking up something here?
How Peter Quill feels like someone in the 80s. I think it's 80s, isn't it? Or 70s?
Yes, yeah, 80s. Yep, that's right. Yep.
80s, which arguably some people say was the best times, or that's what I keep seeing people saying. Go back to the 80s or whatever. Have you seen that on line?
I have, but the funny thing for me is I remember there was a radio show on in Melbourne when I was growing up, and they had a segment called The Decade of Shame, where they were just constantly apologising for the 80s. So that's funny to me the 80s to have come full circle from something to apologise about to something to be celebrated,
Yeah. No, yeah, it depends which era you come from. If it's nostalgia for if people grew up in the 80s, you're gonna want to go back to the 80s. If you grew up nowadays, I mean, most people would rather these days, but it really depends.
Well, yeah, that's why I was wondering specifically with Guardians whether they had pulled it off, so to speak, with your generation, or whether that without the nostalgia of actually having a room like that in the 80s, whether the game didn't sort of hit the mark,
Not for me personally, but it might for other people. I appreciate it. I appreciate what it's trying to do.
No, I think I'm safe to say you speak for your entire gamer generation right now on Geekaloud. Oh my goodness, I'm glad you were there. Oh, nice.
This room is like really nice. I love this room.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Like, the graphic, like this DLC has some of the best visuals I think I've ever seen in this game, and I think it's not just me saying that. So many people saying that. This is by far Bungie's best story they've done.
Yep, couldn't agree more.
And if I wish there was more missions. I mean, that's just me because I love this game. But
do you think there's any chance we'll see this newer art style of Destiny 2 be pushed back through the older content? Is there any chance they'll take another paintbrush to it, do you think, and bring it up to this level? Oh my goodness, Sweetaroo, Sean, Gabe, Steve, all in the chat. Hello, all gentlemen. Sorry, I have not been looking at the chat at all. I apologise. Sorry, Aaron, go, man. I can cut you off. No, it's
my fault. We were talking about tons of stuff.
All good, man. It's all good.
This doesn't look like a high.
Now, isn't this the start of the level? Have we already? This seems familiar somehow. I've been here with my other character.
Have you actually been here before?
Yes, I have. Whatever class you are, is it Warlock? I think.
I'm a Warlock, yeah.
Yeah, so my Warlock, I've done the first 2 missions.
Oh yeah, you said that on Game Enforcement Agency. Sorry, that's my. I apologise. Sorry.
All good, man. All good.
Apology.
But
this here is the main location, not like one of the main locations, but this is the throne world, which is it looks so good. Whatever they've done with it, the architecture, it's not.
Yes.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant, man. I'm so impressed with how far Destiny 2 has come as a title across the board since release.
I like some people say they didn't improve it much for the PS5 version, but they definitely made it
Oh,
better and have
I disagree
respect
entirely.
and stuff.
Yeah, it is significantly better on the PlayStation 5 over the PlayStation 4.
And it's not even just the 60 frames. The game's graphics are definitely better.
Oh yeah, no question. Oh, I got him with whatever I've got here. Heavy something something. Oh, shoot,
heavy
shoot.
Hello.
Oh dear.
That one's you have to hold that one down, and then it's kind of like, have you ever had a fusion rifle in these games where you hold it down and it does a blast? That's what that weapon. That's what that weapon does.
We both got. Yeah, so
so you
push
see,
and hold. I should flick over and practice that. Push and
Yes,
hold. Oh yeah, okay.
if you see them, for reference in the future, if you see there's moths, shoot them before they hit us or hit the enemy, because they can give shields to the enemies and they kill us.
Check. It's like I played through the first 2 missions or whatever. As you said, mate, we talked about it on DA, but then just playing through it, then all that platforming section, I'd forgotten all of that. Like, I couldn't remember where the next bit of the thing was. So it doesn't mean a whole lot.
Well, you play a lot of games, don't you?
That is true. I'm always bouncing between games. Now, I assume we can be within this bubble, shoot out, and cause damage. It gives you a buff called Weapons of Light, and then you have to go out the bubble to do more damage. Oh, well, that explains it.
You can't shoot through the bubble, and enemies can't shoot through it as well. So, it's a win-win situation, really.
Yeah. I just hadn't picked up on that bit of a mechanic, but I have now, so it's all good. Man, I'm sitting right up the next level for whatever I'm leveling up at the minute.
Yeah, sorry, we were talking about Guardians, weren't we, at first? And then
yes. Where are you up to with it? What chapter are you on?
I generally, I enjoyed the characters. I think they're kind of, like, the way they've done it is they've kind of done the humour similar to the MCU, but not like, it's still its own version.
Yes, yep.
But it doesn't feel like massively like a departure from, the traditional Guardians movies, sorry.
Yes,
so I think that's what's good about it. They use aspects from what made it good, but did their own take on it, which I love that.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Are you a comic book guy at all? Like, are you familiar with their comic book versions of those characters?
Oh yeah. I'm interested in the comics and everything. Yeah.
Oh well, there you go, man. I don't know anything about the Guardians comics. Is this game true to a run of the comics at all, or is it totally unique
story-wise, it's unique, but it does obviously use the characters from the comics in like. It follows the comics, but the humor is more MCU kind of like focus, I would say. What you would expect. If you go watch like the MCU and you see like the Guardians, the way they interact is very similar to how the game did it.
Yeah,
I the best of both worlds.
I didn't know with and I'm not across it entirely, but the upcoming Batman game that's based on the Court of Owls or whatever. Like that game
looks amazing.
Yeah,
actual gameplay.
I should look it up again. It's been so long since I've seen anything of it. But the
No. We haven't seen anything of it. It literally hasn't been. There's no more gameplay been released since they last showed it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying I need to go back and watch it again because it's been so long I've forgotten it all. I need to reacquaint myself. Yeah, I'm excited for it. But what I was sort of trying to get at was the way the Court of Owls is used in the game, like an existing good run of comics. I didn't know whether there was an existing good run of comics of Guardians that they had lifted for that game, if that makes sense.
From where?
But yeah, they said, I don't know if you ever watched it, like the E3 presentation, they literally talked about that they used the influence from the comics. They even they told us which comics and which issues as well, which is
there you go, perfect.
When they do that.
Yeah, I've got to go back and watch all that. I would be interested to go back and flick through those comics now that I'm familiar with the characters, but off its face, I'm not a comic book guy. But if I've got a reason to go back, I love it.
Like, the story is original, though. The way it's told, some of the stuff, obviously, the creatures and stuff don't exist in the comics. Because you can't just copy and paste the comics into a game and expect it to do well.
Oh,
A lot of
no,
people want
not
that.
at all. Not at all. I just didn't know whether there was any sort of drive or not. Now, there's 2 markers here. Which one do I need to go to?
I don't know. This is the vault and this is the postmaster. It's not actually like the story stuff.
There's so many icons. Now,
Yeah. So obviously the thing is with issues is I can't really help you too much because I can't actually see the icons, which is kind of the way Destiny works.
oh, I thought if you were on my fire team, I thought we shared waypoints or whatnot at that point.
We do,
We're
but
in a new
only when it's in a
paradigm,
mission, like not when it's in the hub. Like if I'm roaming around the hub world, I can't exactly see the objectives.
Especially
Sure, I
between
see.
what's right
Now,
and what's wrong.
that's one
If I
story
had
mission
been
down.
in
How
your
would you feel
place,
about jumping over and checking out a
be
multiplayer
honest, I
mode
don't know
or
what
something, a different
Good
mode?
luck.
I
Crucible
mean, it's
or
completely
something.
up to you. Unless you want to keep doing the story, it's up to you.
Well, I'm just throwing it out there, mate. We've done one story mission. I'm happy to roll straight into another story mission, but I didn't know if you'd be more entertained if we did a different mode or something.
I
Guardians
say
have
we
been combing
keep
Mars
like.
since
I mean,
it
I don't know if you would prefer. I think
I'm
we
easy
should
going.
keep this structured as the Witch Queen campaign, and then like do another stream at some point and do other stuff.
Perfect. Yep,
Because
cool.
obviously it's
I'm
already-
down with that.
It's already marketed as the Witch Queen. I think people who would watch this would rather just see the campaign itself, because that's kind of like it just keeps it more streamlined. It might. That's just my opinion, but
No, great call, mate, and I'll run with it. Good on you. Nice one.
plus the campaign's good enough. I don't mind replaying it.
Yeah, well, are you going to replay it with all 3 of your characters? Do you have ambitions to get 3
See,
max level
I
characters?
don't. No, I chose one character, and I'm not playing all 3 characters. I think that's a little bit too far for me personally.
Fair enough.
I play a lot of this game, but I do need to have sort myself out, life-wise, not just sit here and play games all the time.
Totally. Can you share materials between your 3 characters? Like, if you harvest something on a planet on one, can you letterbox it or something to the other one, or not?
Do you mean your gear for your character? Yeah, you can transfer it between. I've got an app on my phone which allows you to do it. You can also put it in the vault and go to another character and then take it out of the vault. The vault is separated between 3 characters.
Yeah, right. Now, do I have to add? Oh, yes. Look at this. And now, kinetic something, ray shield.
Have you seen the glaive? Or I'm guessing you've watched the trailers for this game.
Yes.
The
Well,
expansion and stuff.
I've worked through this with. I'm just going to go with that one. I've worked through this with my other characters. As I said, I've done the first 2 missions. So I've done the one we just did and one more, which included this.
It's crazy because they finally added a new weapon into this game after so many after so many years.
What's the new, a whole new weapon class or type? Do you mean holy damage or something?
Yeah. It's a glaive. It literally is a first-person weapon. Like you can see, I'm holding it right now.
Now, is that the one I'm making here?
The Enigma, I think it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this is what we're talking about. The same thing.
Yeah, so it's a melee weapon, and so usually when you pull out a sword or something, it goes in third person. You know that, yeah?
Yes. Yep.
But they chose to go in first. So like guns, they chose to make this weapon first person. So I don't know, and then they have a combo and stuff. But it also so it does melee damage. It doesn't take ammo, which is quite an interesting difference from the sword. There's no ammo required.
I've loved that. A few of the guns I picked up didn't require ammo, and I'm like, what a brilliant change. Sorry, mate, keep going.
Oh no. That's different, but that's not the same thing. I mean, melee weapon in this game, there's just been the sword, and usually that takes ammo. Now to just hit people, it doesn't take ammo, but it builds up a meter that allows you to shoot some sort of blast out of it. So it's both a melee and a ranged weapon, which I think is an interesting idea. It's a hybrid weapon.
Okay, and this is the middle range, the mid weapon, whatever, not your sidearm and not your heavy.
Here I was.
No. This is a
2 mysteries to solve.
So it's the glaive. It's in the energy slot.
So
it's not a heavy weapon.
Yeah, it's in that second one. Yeah.
Almost as if you were
Skip,
shaping
please.
that weapon
Sorry,
based
I'm
on its own memory.
letting the NPCs talk, and
parallels the
it's
distortion.
not getting us onto it.
It's on your
I don't think. Can you skip when they actually talk on?
Yes.
In the world,
Yeah. Circle to skip.
And it can skip cutscenes, but yeah.
Oh no, I don't think you can skip line by line of dialogue. Sorry, that's what you meant.
No, that's what I said. I think there's some stuff you'll probably have to watch. It's going to be a bit awkward for you, I guess.
Yeah, it's all good, and we're ready to start. There we go.
Yes, we're ready to start. Yes, I'm not getting any loot out of this, so I'm just playing for fun.
Very good. Well, I appreciate the company and the guidance. As you know, I always need it. Sweeteroo in the YouTube chat asking if Steve finished Elden Ring. I don't know that Steve's finished it yet, but he's popping around, Sweeteroo. He might let you know himself. How about you, Sweeteroo? Have you started playing it? If so, which class did you go with, and what level are you at, mate? And is there, bro, I know you said you haven't played Elden Ring yet, Aaron, but are you keen to, mate? Is it high on your backlog, so to speak?
Yeah, definitely.
Is there a specific window you're thinking of picking it up, like you're June, Julying it, or waiting for the first discount, possibly?
According to the desires of the creator.
I'm probably going to pick it up like next month, maybe the month after if I can do.
Yeah, cool.
It'll probably go on discount, but like I don't really I'm not waiting for a discount. Like I definitely pick up full price because I do think it's worth that.
Well, yeah, I was surprised with the Returnal patch and all the hoopla around that. I was surprised to see in the store it was still full price.
Yeah, Returnal, PlayStation games tend to like stay at very high pricing. I think you probably know that, don't you?
Yes, yeah.
Like, they're a bit like Nintendo. They value their brand.
Yes, exactly. They're always trying to work it up. But I'm surprised that a year later they're still doing it. Like, good on them, more power to them. I was very surprised to see that a full year post-release it was still full price.
I'm pretty sure, like I don't know if I'm right. Returnal's not selling right now. Is it has stopped selling like good numbers right now? I'm guessing, right?
I haven't seen it in a sales chart in many months. Yeah, I think the sales have fallen right off, I expect.
Because it was a great game, but I know it's not for everyone.
Yeah, totally. That guy had my number. Thank you.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to be picking up Elden Ring. I couldn't go into it. Well, I will go into it. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I go into blind because the game is kind of like there's not really any story.
It's so obtuse. Yeah, you could easily go in without knowing anything and just fine.
And I know you mentioned this last time, so I did actually find out what the influence of George R. R. Martin is. So he kind of just writ the world. He didn't actually write any story or anything. He designed the lore and the world. Which I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, it totally is fair enough. But I hadn't felt any of his presence. Like, it felt very sort of generic fantasy to me until I got into some of the underground areas, like some mines and things, and then it started to feel very Lord of the Rings. And at that point, I felt like it was money well spent getting him. I'm like, this feels amazing, perfect, well played.
Picking up more of that psychic energy over there.
The way they said it was quite funny. So they actually asked him to design a story without telling them what game they were developing at first. To see, like, I don't know if that was I don't know why they did that, but like George R. R. Martin was actually surprised to see what game they made out of his lore. So I think it's quite an interesting way they did that.
That is cool. I have no idea about the man's history, but does George R. R. Martin play video games? Is he a gamer himself?
I don't know much about him. I mean, I'm not. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. I'm not much.
You're not his biographer.
I've never watched Game of Thrones.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, there you have it.
We have to go up here.
Oh, up.
Up.
Oh, did I miss it? Was that a timed thing? The platform just disappeared.
Yeah, it's right here, that orb.
Very good. Man.
You pressed it the first time and then you didn't notice this platform appeared.
I really didn't. It's so bad how many things I miss that are right in front of my face.
Yeah, you have got... There is a timer on the side, if you can see. It's 17 seconds, right?
Oh, the deep side. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, deep side. It's they wanted to add a few more like puzzly elements into this DLC, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, good on them. Got to keep it fresh. Oh man, that looks so cool. I absolutely love it.
The light and that, yeah.
Yeah. It's very. Did you ever get into the old Splinter Cell games, like the original trilogy?
Oh, I love the split side. I can't wait for the remake. I'm so glad it's happening.
Yes, looking forward to more details myself.
That's what I meant. I don't know what to like. I'm not gonna say I'm happy it's happening. I just wonder who's taking control of it, and because I'm not being like Ubisoft themselves aren't really doing a lot these days with most of their franchise or doing anything. Like they're not the most like they're a fine somewhat studio, but I feel like they're lacking in creative development. Is that the best way to say it?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're getting at. Sounds fine.
I enjoyed Far Cry 6, but it wasn't mind-blowing.
I think that door
Oh yes, Far Cry 6 did have some very good elements, but you're right, they did play it a bit safe in some instances.
The ending though was a surprise. I didn't expect that one.
The ending was phenomenal. I absolutely loved it.
I thought the characters were good as well. I enjoyed Giancarlo Esposito. I think he was a great villain.
Yeah, he did brilliantly, man. I absolutely loved his performance and what he brought to it. Oh no,
but then let's be fair.
The
villains are always the star of a Far Cry game.
Yes, that's
they're the main bit.
Very true. Now I've lost the orb to turn on these towers again.
Yeah, we'll have to restart.
Who knew?
You come over to me.
Where did you go? Ah! Oh no, come on, Troy.
Yes. Was it very dark in there with the studio lights?
It is. Darkness is one part of it, but I think the major problem is my inability to platform. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh man.
Yeah, I did enjoy it, and I am. I'm also seeming. I really want to try out the new Valhalla DLC because I was into that game.
Yes, you and I
I'm
both.
interested to see because I was a big fan of it. Like I've actually played most of the updates and all the stuff they've done.
Yeah,
just
right.
Well, I mean, it's free. I mean, I didn't have to pay for most of it, or I had the season pass, so it's already been like I already might as well like. I tend to do that quite a bit though. Sometimes I tend to buy the games, realize I have the season pass, then go back to it later and be like, oh well, I had DLC for this game I never played.
Yeah, I love the way for me it's worked out with the with all the next gen upgrades. There's been a bunch of games that I've forgotten about, but then it's oh gosh, I fell down a very big hole.
I followed you. I thought it was just a way.
Never follow me, assuming I know where I'm going.
Right.
I was trying to get up and over that ledge, but I don't think that was right.
I think.
Is there an orb behind me that I forgot to hit, maybe? Oh, look, there's an orb behind us here in the room. How do we get in there?
Oh, I was going to say, I don't think we just jump out into the middle of nowhere. How do we?
I think, here we go. I got it.
And I think it allows us to get the other orb. No, it's a different one. Are you fighting enemies?
I am, yes. I sure am. Just beating them to death with my bare hands.
Here we go.
There we go.
This
now,
should work.
We've got to be quick though.
But
they put it around a little maze.
There we go. Actually, our platforms this time.
Oh, beautiful. Actual platforms. Where's the... Oh no, Troy! Gosh.
You dead?
Oh, you know it. Just wait though, because if you're at the end, it might respawn me next to you.
Oh well, that would have been nice to say before I got back to you and sacrifice myself.
No, thank you though. I appreciate it. All right, I'll hit the button, mate. Get ready. Here comes some platforms. If I can find it there. All right.
I kind of like the eerie atmosphere this has, like where it's so dark and like the way they made it out in the trailers when the Guardians are like walking down the hallways. Because it's not horror, but it's like it just gives it a bit of an eerie atmosphere. I guess that's the right word. I can't
yeah, definitely, man. No, I reckon you've nailed that. They do give great atmosphere. Oh no! Come on, drop onto the platform. There we go. So good. Are you good, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Oh, we got some customers.
What?
Oh, a lot of them. A lot of them. They're buying an arse whooping off me at the minute. Boom. Oh, there's one of those butterflies. All right.
Yeah, you gotta destroy those, otherwise they'll kill us.
I only
As we've
noticed
died to them
it
twice already.
Yeah, after it exploded, I saw it. I went, oh. Oh, look at this. Man, they do nice artwork. So cool.
Oh yeah, but Bungie, everywhere's so unique in this game. Every
It looks
location.
so good.
I know you asked ages ago, like, would they be re-updating all of the old stuff? So the way
Yeah.
they've done it is, it isn't so much of a re-update. It's that they decide. So they have like these enemies are called the Hive. Obviously, I don't know if you knew that. If you did.
Yep.
What do you know
So
about Hive
the
using
reason
light?
that they have,
That's why you're here.
yeah, they're using the light. He just said it. So
Oh, I missed it. You'll have to tell me.
All right, I really shouldn't be doing
So
this,
the Guardians obviously use light, don't they? Like, you know,
Yes,
we're using,
yeah, yeah.
like, we have abilities of light. So the leader of the Hive, well, the leader of, like, the queen of the Hive, Savathun, I think I think that's how you say it. She basically stole the Guardians' light. So the reason this is the reason that everything's so, like, white.
Mhm.
So her world, like, you'll see it later on, but when we get to, like, this swamp area, it kind of looks a bit more darker. But, like, the reason everything's so light is because she has, like, it's like, so imagine her, like, you've played Psychonauts, haven't you? Or at least know about Psychonauts, right?
Tiny little bit of it, yes.
You know how the character is influenced by their mind?
Yes, yes.
So imagine that here. This is her throne world, which is like her mind, basically.
Yeah.
And whatever happens to her in the real world will affect her throne world.
Sure.
That made sense. It's a bit hard to
Yeah,
explain,
no,
sorry.
it does. It makes sense. It reminds me of the whole Matrix, the body cannot live without the mind sort of thing.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah. I have a shield. After the battle's over, I offer a shield. Oh no, here we go.
Yeah, you should probably trigger the shield when we're fighting like bosses or something.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Oh, now here's a question for you, Aaron. Generally speaking, in an RPG, do you spend your skill points as you get them, or do you wait to hit a roadblock and then spend them?
It really depends. In what, like, give me an example of a game.
Well, have you played Dying Light, you know, with its parkour system and fighting system?
I actually have a story to tell about that, which is quite funny because I tried to pick that up from my local store, so they didn't have it, right? So it got ordered in. But the actual delivery, so I had the delivery company. Have you ever heard of Hermes? If that's a company no, okay, but they basically are notoriously bad for delivering packages.
Okay.
So they didn't deliver my package, the package I wanted, like the game. So I had to go back to my store and ask for a refund, which doesn't usually happen, but they had to actually like give me vouchers to actually re-go and get the game again.
Oh, wow.
But it took a bit of time which obviously doesn't look good for the company, but it's not really their fault. It's the delivery company that they used.
Yeah. And when you say they're a bad delivery company, like they don't knock on the door and say no one was home and take the package back, or
no, they
The signal's coming
they
from
usually
beyond
like
that
send you an
gate.
email or something,
We
say
have to
like
get
your
it open.
package will arrive and it gives you like a time, like a line that will tell you like when it's going to be delivered and stuff.
Yep,
Like that. They did, but it got to like 3 days after I delivered it, after it got like sent out by the company, and they said it's been delayed and we'll get it to you the next working day. I have waited 3 weeks now and it still has not arrived.
wow, that's crazy.
And I've heard nothing. I've tried to speak, so I can't get hold of the company because the company it's one of those companies where you ring them up, but there's no customer service. You have to speak to a customer service.
Yeah, right.
And they ask you to put in a 15-digit barcode, and you have to speak it over the phone. And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
I tried that, and they got to the end, and it was like, we do not recognise your number, and I was like, well, I mean, what can I do then?
That sounds like an absolute nightmare.
So I had to go back to my local store and ask them to try and get hold of the company. Like, so at first I rang my local game store, which is Game in the UK. So
Yeah, yep.
I don't know what it is for you or
ABs, but yeah, we had Game at one point. They've since shut.
yeah, and yeah, so they were emailing me and telling me we're trying to get hold of the courier, this and that, and I was like, and I wasn't being funny, and I said to them, like, is there a chance I could get a refund? And at first they were like, we can't give you a refund because you bought the game online. And like I said, I asked the store for a refund. They're like, we can't do that. But it's funny because I don't think they know that I actually bought the game from in-store, but I'm getting it delivered online.
Yeah, right. Well,
So
I think if anything, their concern would be that they've sent the game out to you, it's stuck somewhere in transit, you know, they issue you a refund and then 2 days later the actual game gets delivered to your door, you know, like they're really trying to avoid that.
That is what is going to happen. And it's just happened because I've been issued a refund and I bought the game on Xbox Series X now.
Yep.
But my PS5 copy is still generally going to come at some point.
Yeah, that's wild.
And the shop just said to me, if there's any chance, could you just bring it back to us? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, nice one. That is fair, man. That is very fair.
It's not the store's fault, and I'm not having a go at them, and I'm not, like, what am I going to do with an extra copy of the game? I don't need an extra copy of the game.
Very true, mate. Good on you. It sounds like you're doing the right thing. I love it.
But yeah, sorry, I just wanted to tell you about that. I was going to put that in the Discord at some point, but yeah.
Oh, no, tell me now, man. Tell me now.
Any lead's a good lead.
Back to the question, yeah, I've enjoyed the game. I haven't really played a lot of it. I've only just started it. Obviously, I only got it like 2 days ago, really, which was meant to be delivered, but, because it was my birthday. Did you play the
first one?
A bit, but not really. But I don't think you need to play the second one, like the first one.
Oh no, you don't at all. I just didn't know if you were familiar with the sort of mechanics and everything, you know.
No, but I will be picking it up now because it's just got its next gen update.
Yes, that's.
Did you hear about that? Yeah.
Yeah, very exciting stuff, mate. I'm looking forward to. Being able to check it out at some point. Well, yeah, I reckon when I finish, because I never played. I only played maybe an hour or 2 hours of number one, and that was in the lead up to number two coming out. So I knew what I was getting myself into, sort of thing. But I haven't witnessed it at all, really. Their first game, so I'm looking forward to the opportunity to check it out now. That it's been updated.
From what I've played of number one, it had a bit of a long build up to the actual game. Like it took ages, the intro.
Yeah, okay.
Which usually can just kind of make me not want to it just puts you off it if the intro is a little bit too long.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, mate. I know that feeling all too well. We were trying to think of it the other night on GA. It was White Orchard. I don't know if you ever got stuck there, so to speak, but in The Witcher 3, I got stuck in White Orchard. Yeah, the starting zone. I was at the starting zone way beyond what I should have been.
See, I never... but I'm actually waiting for that next-gen update to play the game. I've never actually finished The Witcher 3. I know that's weird.
Oh, wow. Such a good game, man. But I'm jealous. I'm jealous that you get to experience it for the first time. That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for them to, obviously, because this year they are releasing that next-gen update for The Witcher 3, so I'm definitely going to jump in with that.
Oh, we glitched him, mate. I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but if you look on the stream, we've got the boss who was meant to explode, but instead of exploding, he's being held up by the bubble.
Yep, I can see that. What do we do?
Nothing. I think we can move on to the next point. It's just funny that he got stuck there.
Oh, I thought you were saying, we can't...
No, the points moved on. No, I was saying that it was funny that he was stuck, the character got stuck.
Yeah.
Boom! Man, the grenade feels so overpowered. I love it.
So they recently, I don't know if you heard about this, they recently updated the Void classes. So if you're using Void, it is much better now.
I didn't know. I am using Void, but I didn't know that updated that. So that is cool. But yeah, the grenades today feel very, very powerful. I love it. Almost feels like I'm throwing mini nukes around.
So have you ever used the, let's say, you never finished Beyond Light, did you? Oh yeah, you did. You said you finished it.
Beyond Light. Steve helped me through one of them.
Expansion. Last year's expansion, yeah.
Maybe, no, I don't think I did last year's expansion. I don't think I've played much Destiny since. What was the first expansion? Red Dawn or something? Red War? Or was that the main campaign?
That was the main campaign, and then you had Curse of Osiris and...
Curse of Osiris. Curse of Osiris. That's the last thing I was really in here for, I reckon.
Oh, crazy. You've missed the actual good stuff of the game then.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been so long since I've been into Destiny, so to speak. It's a great game, though. Like, the way it handles the implementation of the DualSense 5, it's all top notch. Right?
Yeah, so, I like to, like, nowadays I like to, and a lot of people like to compare it to kind of the way the MCU does it. I don't know if might be a weird comparison, but let me explain. Basically, you get your movies, which kind of like, I mean, you know about the MCU, don't you, and how they do the structure of their movies, and then they do like build-ups to like a bigger, like large-scale battle. That's kind of what this has been. So this expansion here, the boss has been in the making for
Not sure I'll ever get
basically, I'd say about 7 years now.
Wow, that's cool.
Like they built her up from that far, like which kind of like that's what I mean. That's what kind of what I mean. Like I feel like with this is the comparison with the MCU with Thanos. They built him up really early, and then they kind of just didn't do anything with him for a while.
Yeah, they did. That's true.
So Sabathun was mentioned, yes, about 7 years ago. After we dominated most of her family as Guardians, but you know I won't talk about that one. We killed pretty much half of her. She's just after revenge.
Oh, it's all good, man. Feel free to spoil any of the plots I've missed. It's all going to go over my head regardless, mate. So feel free to walk me straight up to any story points of relevance.
Yeah, see, if you look at this place, look how dark this is compared to, like, the palace areas.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like, the influence of, like, this is supposed to be, like, darkness, and that's supposed to be light. That's the whole thing they're going with here.
Yes, that looks so cool. Man,
So this is what this is what it used to look like, and then as soon as she got the light, it looked like that. That's the whole point of, like, the basic idea of what they're going for.
Very cool. It's reminding me of the the snowy region in Elden Ring, though, and I'm starting to get very excited about Elden Ring.
Yep.
Mission ended. Hey, look at that.
Have you not finished that yet? Elden Ring?
No, I have not. No, I'm sort of at the start of the third act, and I'm at a roadblock with, I think, 4 separate bosses. So I'm waiting for Steve to be available to play with me to help me through several consecutive bosses whenever Steve and I can get back on a stream and do some Elden Ring. But
do you two tend to play together, do you?
Yeah, I can, not all the time, it doesn't always work, but yeah, I think we've done 2 streams where I've been summoning him in and then he helps me with the boss fights and gets me through the tricky bits.
The co-op is probably the best it's been in any Souls game from what I've heard. I think it's a lot more snappier, it's a lot more easier to do it.
Yeah, it really is, man. They've made so many improvements across the board with it. It's, the best multiplayer experience, being able to summon Steve in the way we are. It's so enjoyable. It's great.
And the servers, because the servers were, let's just say, kind of a bit iffy in the other Souls games.
Well, the servers are still iffy. Steve and I tried to do a stream on Wednesday this week, and we could not. We spent the full hour trying to synchronize and could not get our 2 game instances to talk to each other. Like,
yeah, it's weird that they can't put you into, like, you know how Destiny kind of like just to get back to the topic, but like how this game does it with a fire team. There's no way to like invite people in. It's weird.
Yes, I agree completely. Yeah.
It's a bit more random. It's a bit too random. It's a little bit better than it was in like Dark Souls 3, let's say, but it's probably nothing like. It's still not modern enough.
Well, I don't know. They're knocking right on the door of modern now, I reckon, with where they've got it to. It's they're doing pretty well. I'm pretty impressed with it. Now, why can't I interact with those?
Where are we going next?
Oh, well, I'm trying to interact with these reports here. That's my next step, but it's.
No, those are optional. You don't have to do those.
Oh, well, that's where my marker is, but I can't interact with it anyway. Like, I can't tapping square, also pushing and holding square doesn't do anything.
So, hang on, I need to actually put them down. Give me a sec. I didn't even put them down.
Oh, what's happened?
Nothing. These are something you can do. Like, these are weekly, so every week these appear across the map. It's just stuff. It's not actually part of the objective. I don't know where, like, your objective wouldn't be. Like, if you go into if you hold down you call it a trackpad, the thing in the middle.
Trackpad or touchpad.
And then you go to quests, it should tell you what your quest is in that little area.
My tracked quest is for Beyond Light. That was the last bit of DLC I was on playing. I'm willing to bet it was the first mission of Beyond Light.
Have you spoke to this guy?
Here we go. All right. Where
you got
are
it? Cool.
Yeah, I've just worked it out. If I... Oh, no, that's that guy that I have spoken to. That guy's there. Oh, here we go. Witch Queen campaign. Complete mission.
Yeah. You want to...
Perfect. Well, Aaron, thank you very much for playing today, mate. I reckon we've wrapped this stream up here. But what would you say to a more regular Destiny 2 stream with me, mate? Could we possibly organise something of a semi-regular nature?
Yeah, I generally think we should probably... I mean, it would be nice to finish the campaign, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be amazing. That's what I'm saying, man. If we could, like, each Friday morning stream for the next 4 weeks or something, if we could jump on together and play through some of the campaign, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, because that's kind of what happened with like Sea of Thieves, so we just never actually finished that DLC. We're still on the last. You were still on that last mission.
I so have to circle back to that. We absolutely have to go back and finish that. But yeah, I'm very keen to keep playing this. Keep playing this scene more with you, and it's been great to have you on today, mate. Thank you.
I definitely think we should. Yeah, okay. You'll just have to let me know. I don't know what I'll do during that time. Maybe I'm. But if there's any issues, it won't be. It'll be like maybe a week, between apart. But it won't be anything crazy. Yeah, perfect, man. We're pretty casual around these parts. If things move, things move. It's all good. But it sounds like a solid plan, mate. I'm looking forward to experiencing more of the campaign with you. Thank you very much, Aaron. It's been great to have you on here today, mate. All the viewers out there, thank you very much. I see a lot of action in the YouTube chat. That's been awesome. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Sweeteroo. Thank you, Sean Games. Good work. Sean, are you going back to see Batman for a third time at the movies? That's what I want to know. Crazy. He must really love that film. Okay, that's going to do it for now. Thank you, guys. What else can you do with Geekaloud? Like it, subscribe it, you'll never miss it. Oh, that was luck. Hey, let's stop it. I love everything about it. Ooh. Old Uncle Donkey. Donkey.